Michaela. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
Of course.
I'm calling about a friendship question.
Okay.
Which is honestly the last thing I thought I'd ever call you about because with like your book and all your episodes that I've listened to, like all your advice really has gotten me out of some crappy relationships, and so I'm just very, very thankful.
Thank you for
And so I
saying
always thought if I ever called in and got through and got to speak with you, it would be about that, but but here we are. So I'm actually in a really great relationship, and we
Amazing.
just met back in February of this year.
Awesome.
And everything's just been amazing, and we're getting on so well. But I am trying very hard. Like, I don't think I have boyfriend sickness. However, there have been a couple friendships, not all of them or a lot of them, but I've had some where there's been issues, and I feel like I'm trying to see from their perspective, and I don't know if I can.
Did you have talks with these friends, or did they just do you feel that they were fading you out?
No, we've talked. We've actually had a few conversations about it over the last few months.
And what do they say? What do they say in these talks?
So yeah, it would be like, oh, well, since you guys got together kind of thing. But from my perspective, there were so many times where I'd ask to try and do things, and obviously I get everyone's busy. Like, we've had a really busy year with so many weddings and family things and whatever, but I feel like I was trying, and I kept asking and asking. And then when I got really busy, I also worked 2 jobs. I moved this year. My partner, he had an injury at one point, and that was a hard little chapter to deal with. So we just had a lot going on, and I feel like I was trying to still see people, but people weren't free or weren't down or whatever, and that's fine. I get everyone's busy, but then they all knew everything that was going on with me.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later for them to be like, well, since you got a partner, you've been MIA. And I'm like, well, I don't think that's fair because I don't know. So again, I'm trying to see from their perspective, but at the same time, I feel like I was updating them with my life and everything. And
I think that, you're trying to see it from their perspective in terms of who's right and who's wrong. I would look at it a different way and back into it and be like, okay, there's no reason why my friends would want to cause a fight for no reason. There's no reason, right? So instead of being like, oh, I called them 5 times, they called me 4 times, I would be like, okay, one way to look at it from their perspective is they're genuinely missing you. They're not lying. They're not trying to sabotage your relationship. They're not trying to be evil. Like if it's multiple friends, they're coming at it from a place of, hey, we miss Michaela. She's been, we feel that she hasn't been around a lot. Now you may feel, screw you guys. You're in a new relationship. You've got a lot going on. You want to enjoy it. But here's the thing. Friendships really are important. And I know the feeling of finally being in a good relationship and being like, oh my God, this is the love of my life. I'm so happy. This is awesome and whatnot. But your friends have been there for you and they're going to be there for you. They really are. And I think the fact that you are even considering ooh, do I have a little boyfriend sickness? Maybe was I a little busy? It doesn't really matter. What's happened has happened. I would draw a line in the sand if I were you, and I would call him up and I would say, hey guys, listen, there's no point in rehashing it. I really miss you, and I'm sorry if you feel like I've been MIA. I want to get together and spend time together. And I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. I'm not saying that they're in the right. I'm saying in cases like this, I think it's genuinely better to be the bigger person and to extend the olive branch. It's going to make you feel amazing once you get over the stubbornness, or I'm not saying you're stubborn, but I'm saying that feeling of the knot in your stomach of but I didn't do anything wrong. Once you unknot and you just say, you know what? I love these girls. They're my friends. Fuck the past. Let's move forward, because you can never make new old friends. And life is long, and I hope your relationship lasts for 100 years, but there will be times with your boyfriend where you want to punch him in the face and you just need to go with your girls and hang, or when you just need a break, when you finally do come up for air and you're like, oh, I actually would love to go get my nails done and talk shit about stuff and just be girly stuff. And I really, really, really believe in female friendships. I really believe in allowing friendships to ebb and flow and not cutting people off. So if I were you, I would do it. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to nourish you. Your friends are going to appreciate it. And it's a better outcome in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I guess, can I ask a follow-up question?
Of course. Go for it.
So I I think, and I want to keep trying. So here's where I think struggling, because like I said, I've had a couple conversations,
Right.
and everything you said, like I agree, and I feel like there are times where other people are busy, so I give them space. And I think I agree with you about the ebb and flow and all of that. And you can't be seeing everyone and talking to everyone constantly all the time, and all that. But there's a couple I feel like I've tried, and I want to keep trying. But then at what point do I just am like, okay, I feel like I not that I'm being annoying, but that I'm kind of like, hi, I'm here, like, hang out with me. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I mean, are they not responding to you now, or is that it?
Like there was one point, there's been a couple points where like I'll reach out and people and say they're busy or not available or whatever, and then I'll find out like other things were happening. So that bothers me, that I told someone about that and it didn't go well. So I'm like, okay, so I've just like chosen to peel back a little bit. But then I'm like, well, I know that, but then someone else brought it up again. Like I've been not around. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try again. So I'm kind of trying again to reach out and whatever. And I like exactly what you said. I really just want to be normal.
Yeah.
I don't know if things are normal. So I guess like, kind of what you said about like draw a line in the sand and just keep going. And that's kind of what I want to do. I guess I'm scared that it's not going to go back the way it was, which
That's scary. Yeah, that's real. That's a really vulnerable thought. And I'm proud of you for saying that. I think that, you can't keep score. Friendship is not tit for tat. And that's why I encourage you to draw a line in the sand and try from a fresh perspective. Pretend like nothing happened before and call them today or tomorrow or whenever and be like, listen, dude, like I love you. And I know things have been weird between us, but, and I'm sorry if you felt like I've been MIA, but I really want things to be good. I love you. We've been friends for a long time. Can we get a coffee? Are you free for wine next week? And just come at it with like a genuinely open energy. And like, I understand because I'm not saying you're like this. I'm saying I always think that I'm right. And so in fights like this with my friends, like sometimes it's hard for me to draw a line in the sand, but that's why I love that phrase and that mantra and that imagery, because it's helped me a lot over my life to be like, who fucking cares? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? You know what I mean? And it's scary. It's scary that to think that it might not go back, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to move forward. And maybe your friendship will change. Maybe it will ebb, it'll flow. That's being in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and beyond. But you want to try to move forward and get away from the mess. So that's again what I would encourage. And really just deep breath, drop your shoulders, call him and be like, dude, I love you. Like that, the power of just like the simple phrase or whatever you call your friends, whatever, is really disarming. And I think they would appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Move through it. Keep moving through it. There's another side. Once you're going to get to the other side.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Bye, babe. Yeah, that's tricky. That was like one of the most vulnerable and honest conversations I think we've ever had about boyfriend sickness. That was really, really honest. I really liked that. I hope that was helpful to a lot of people. It's something that I think about all the time. So, listen, super quick break. We are going to be right back after this.